to the call by this House to make a statement on this important matter affecting our people. Mr. Speaker, the Minister took us through some interventions that his ministry has made so far, but I just want to point out some few things for his further consideration. In a statement, he said that the infection rate in the central region has a foot topping, which is true. However, in terms of vaccination, his submission points to the fact that they are yet to get approval for a foot. I felt that that should rather be prioritized, because if Agona West is recording just 6 and you have 18 in a foot, and you are rather vaccinating in Agona West, you may have to look at it instead of saying that you are now seeking approval for a foot. Then, Mr. Speaker, he again talks about the sudden rise since January of the situation in Winneba. Mr. Speaker, it is so, because you know, sometimes when there is change in power, the way our locals react, all public toilets in the Futu at the Inshona have been seized and locked. And you, the minister, fortunately you went to Winneba and you met the fisher folks at the Inshona. And that's where the problem is. So they have no place to ease themselves, and it's a problem. You know, given the history of this situation, and we know how people contract it. If a party comes into government and somebody thinks that, let me go and lock up a toilet, when there is cholera outbreak, it doesn't know party colors, whether you are CPP, MPP or NDC. So I believe that that is a matter that has to be looked at critically. And I'm sure that upon that, we would be able to deal with the situation and contain it. Mr. Speaker, the minister called on local government authorities to support the ministry. It is true that to enable you function and function well, you need the support of the local government institutions led by political leaders. Mr. Speaker, fortunately, I've seen Honorable Ahmed Ibrahim, the Minister of Local Government and Chieftaincy. We know that when Professor Mills of blessed memory assumed the reins of government, his policy was for those who were appointed by the Kufuor administration to continue until a smooth transition took place. That, Mr. Speaker, helped in a seamless governance at the local level, where some new appointments were made and there was a formal handing over. Unfortunately, this time around, the posture or the policy was different. Almost on the second day into the administration, all appointments were revoked. As we speak, there is no leadership at the local government.
Honorable Minority Leader, we are taking comment on the briefing of the Honorable Minister responsible for health on meningitis and cholera.
Mr. Speaker, the minister invited us to assist at the local level, and he talked about governance at the local level. I need to lay a foundation in respect of the comment. Mr. Speaker, the point is that there is no political leadership at the local government level. I am calling on the Minister of Local Government and Chieftaincy Affairs to expedite the process. Because, Mr. Speaker, all the policies of government, Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health, the implementation agent, the implementation authority is given to the MMDC. Everything would end there. Without the MMDC, government policy cannot be implemented at the local level. As it is today, we only have the coordinating directors acting. They are unable to even call assembly meetings. So, Mr. Speaker, as part of the call by the Minister of Health, I believe that to enable him roll out these interventions effectively, the Minister of Local Government may also have to support by expediting action on the appointment of MMDCs so that together they can roll this out. Our people are suffering, Mr. Speaker. Our people are suffering. And without political leadership, it will be difficult. Second and final, he also called on support from the healthcare professionals. He, in fact, commended their industry thus far. But, Mr. Speaker, the only way we can have adequate support for intervention would be to have sufficient staff levels. Mr. Speaker, as we speak, the minister is aware that appointment of healthcare professionals are being revoked. He is calling for intervention. He is calling for more healthcare professionals to support. Mr. Speaker, I heard Honorable Ladi talked about the community health nurses. They are the people who undertake the education at the local level. Many of our people, yes, we speak here, but many of our people do not get the information. The basics are always handled by the community health nurses. This is a situation where community health nurses who have been employed have been given termination letters, and this is the very time that the Minister of Health need their support.
Honorable Minority Leader, I recognize the Majority Leader. Majority Leader, are you on point of order?
Mr. Speaker,
Majority Chief Whip. Majority Chief Whip.
Thank you very much. Mr. Speaker, I rise pursuant to Order 1221A. Mr. Speaker, my point is that, one, there was no indication in the minister's statement that minus the MMDCs, his ministry is not making interventions. So it is mostly inaccurate for the minority leader to suggest that the absence of MMDCs is hampering and affecting remediable measures being deployed by the ministry in dealing with the problem at hand. That's one. Two, Mr. Speaker, the minority leader is on record for stating emphatically that the president need not appoint or nominate an MC for his constituency or district. He's on record to have said he has not rebutted that reportage. So today I am surprised that he's crying for an MMDC to be appointed for a futu. Mr. Speaker, number three, there is no relevance or connection between the directive to terminate employments done by public agencies ex post facto December 7th and the remediable measures deployed by the Ministry of Health to deal with this matter. Mr. Speaker, the minister has not recounted the inadequacy of staff in dealing with the problem. So it is mischievous for the minority leader to suggest that we are in the process of terminating appointments of health personnel who have been deployed onto the field to deal with the problem. Mr. Speaker, I want to urge the minority leader to avert his mind to the fact that rendering of health services is so decentralized to the very communities. So he should make his point, he should make submissions and praise the minister for the alacrity with which he has moved to deal with the problem and not to be political. I thank you for the opportunity.
Honorable members, I indicated right from the beginning before giving the floor that we should be guided by Standing Order 91, 3 and 4. Honorable members, let me read. A member may comment on the statement and the comment shall not provoke debate. 4. A member commenting on the statement shall not take more than 5 minutes except otherwise permitted by the Speaker. So, Honorable Minority Leader, proceed and conclude, limiting it to the briefing of the Minister responsible for health.
Mr. Speaker, let me make an observation first, then comply with your order. Mr. Speaker, this is the umpteenth time I have made this observation, that if we are setting a certain precedent, which is anew, I will take notes, but I know that there is always a tomorrow in this house. Mr. Speaker, my respected colleague, who I listened to in silence, made an intervention, a supposed point of order, spoke for 7 minutes. I quietly checked the time. Mr. Speaker, if there might be silence, I listen. Mr. Speaker, we are in this chamber. Members have made their contributions. I took notes. I would want Honorable Akandoh's statement to be made available again to him. I took notes. MMDCs. Honorable Akandoh made a call on us that the local government authority would have to be up and doing, and he needs the authorities to be in place. Mr. Speaker, all I am saying, Mr. Speaker, all I'm saying is that we need to have.
Honourable members, let there be order.
Mr. Speaker, the impatience and the intolerance must be dealt with, so that we can have a very decent debate. Mr. Speaker, the point I am making is that we need to have the political heads to be in office to assist in the implementation of government policy. And I'm happy that the minister responsible for local government and chieftaincy affairs is in the chamber, so that he takes it up in expediting it. Mr. Speaker, the minority chief whip in his intervention also made a point that I am on record to have said.
He's not the minority chief whip, he's the majority chief whip.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I slipped. You yourself called him the majority leader. You also slipped earlier. So no problem. He is the majority chief whip and not the majority leader, neither is he the minority chief whip. Mr. Speaker, I would accord the chair with respect. Let's treat each other that way. Mr. Speaker, he said, I am on record to have said, I don't need an MC in Winneba. Mr. Speaker, it is not true. He should quote me and quote me right. This is Hansard. So when he wants to quote me, he should quote me right. Mr. Speaker, on the issue of healthcare professionals, the call by the Minister of Health was for support to healthcare professionals. And when the Honorable Ladi contributed, her contention was that we need to have more of these community health nurses because they are the people who do the direct interface to educate our people. That was a call by Honorable Ladi. And I'm adding my voice to that call by urging upon the minister to ensure that more healthcare professionals are employed. Mr. Speaker, the Honorable Minister is aware that termination letters have been issued out to healthcare professionals who have just been employed. And I'm making a call on him that considering the fact that we need more nurses, to address this matter, he should relook at the situation. Mr. Speaker, here's a situation where a member of parliament for Pusiga is calling on us to engage more community health nurses at the local level to educate our people. He expressed frustration on this meningitis thing in the north, and I also know that when it comes to preventive healthcare, we need more healthcare professionals. Mr. Speaker, in a situation where the minister needs such support to roll out government policy, it is only right and far right to call on the Honorable Minister to ensure that no healthcare professional loses a job and that the backlog of healthcare professionals who have graduated and are at home, government ensures expedited steps in employing them. We know the budget is coming. It is a call on the Minister of Health to engage the Finance Minister to make adequate provision so that there will be clearance for more nurses and other healthcare professionals to be employed. By this, the situation will be handy because those who have been trained will be there in the communities to support our people. Our people are suffering, and he knows so. Mr. Speaker, social intervention. I support the call by Honorable Ladi, Member of Parliament for Pusiga, that there should be more social intervention like the mosquito net is talked about. Mr. Speaker, if we don't get social intervention evenly distributed and fairly given to the most vulnerable groups, Mr. Speaker, how would we be dealing with the situation as the Minister has briefed us on? We need to have a transparent system where the vulnerable in our communities will get the support. And this, I believe, if Minister is able to do, there will be relief at the local level. Let me, in conclusion, thank the Honorable Minister, who is a very respected colleague, for acknowledging my contribution in the fight against this menace, unfortunately. Suffice to state that he made a general acknowledgement. But just for the record and for Hansen, I have released a brand new pickup, which he knows, and I've also given a cash donation of 100,000 Ghana cedis, which he acknowledges. But Mr. Speaker, and also to thank him for making it to Winneba over the weekend. It was a promise he made that he would be in Winneba. He was in Winneba. And much as we hear to critique government, when the man does it well too, it is important that he is showing leadership. At least when he was there, those healthcare professionals were inspired, particularly the director of the Municipal Health Directorate, Dr. Paulette Brown. And I want to take this opportunity to commend all of them. Mr. Speaker, they have not slept on this matter. They've been disturbing me with it, getting me to reach out to the minister, and they've been very collective. So far, all the health facilities have been made available. And Mr. Speaker, it is important that I point out that of the 21 health centers in Efutu, 17 were constructed by me with my own pocket money. And all these facilities, yes, Mr. Speaker, the Papa Kodamti Health Center, the Akosua Village, the Penche, the Nye Frame Health Facility, the Jahazi Health Facility, the Dr. Pra Health Facility, the George Kwame Kwanzaa Health Facility, and the Samuel Owusu J Health Facility. Mr. Speaker, these are health facilities are constructed and finished, and these facilities are providing support to our people. And Mr. Speaker, we will continue to serve the people and continue to rely on the Honorable Minister for his support, because there's a new children's hospital coming up. There's a new children's hospital coming up at Jenjazi. It's a 150-bed children's hospital, and it will be an intervention for both primary and secondary support facility. And I'm sure with that cooperation, in future, we will be able to address some of these things adequately. And Mr. Speaker, I would want to assure the Honorable Minister that just as we've been doing in the past, there will be cooperation. There will be cooperation to enable our people benefit. But you should remember that in terms of support to the health sector, Efutu must get its fair share. Mr. Speaker, without more, I would like to thank you for this treasure space. God bless you.
Thank you.
Afenyo-Markin again, 1,000 NDC. No problem. Yes. When Afenyo-Markin speaks, 1,000 NDCs are on their feet. Mr. Speaker, with the greatest respect, this is not the time for us to debate. But I believe that the Honorable Minister for Local Government has misconstrued my comments and misappreciated say. And I would respond to him with 2 points. One, the maker of the statement himself made a call on us. And Mr. Speaker, my style is always to take notes. So I took notes on all the points he raised. So I have here the need to have MMDCs in place. It was his call. Check his statement again. I am not making a political statement. He himself made a call. So I said that to the extent that you are in the chamber, take this on board. Take this on board so that you facilitate the appointment of MMDCs. Second, the issue of Akufo-Addo and all. Mr. Speaker, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo does not come in this matter. Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo does not come in this matter. It is your government in office. And all we are saying is that there is a cholera outbreak, and the minister wants the local government authority to be properly constituted to take this matter up. What you are supposed to do as a local government minister is to expedite action. It's not to take issue with me. It's not to take issue with me. It's to urge on government to speed up the nomination.
Honorable members, order. Honorable, I'm watching your disorderly conduct.
We need the nominations to be done as quickly as possible, and when the nomination is done, we would be able to go through the confirmation process. As to what is happening in Winneba, Mr. Speaker, if you want to bring constituency matters to this floor, I don't think that it will be appropriate to be bringing partisan rally comments on this floor. Mr. Speaker, Ahmed knows that we have one republic. That is the Republic of Ghana.
Honorable Minority Leader.
Mr. Speaker, I need to finish with respect. Honorable Afenyo-Markin was allowed to finish. Mr. Speaker, let me finish. He called him on a point of order against me, and I quietly listened to him. So let me conclude respectfully. I need to conclude respectfully.
Then conclude.
I will, Mr. Speaker. I will. What happens in Winneba at rally, where we say, oh, Republic of Efutu, those are, Mr. Speaker, those are matters for political excitement. Yes. Mr. Speaker, if I go and meet my local foot soldiers and I say the Republic of Efutu, when we all know by law there's one republic, it is a matter that the presiding elder of the Pentecost Church, who has now been elevated to the status of minister of local government, and you know that I was part of the approval process. I was part of your approval process. Is it a matter for you to come and raise here? Mr. Speaker, what is a notorious fact is that in Efutu, all the assembly members are MPP members. So we want you to plead with us. Yes. Then when you bring a good nominee, a good candidate, we are going to support you. But if you don't bring a good candidate, it will be difficult. But this is not about Winneba, it's about the nation. It's a matter for the nation.
Honorable Minority Leader, please conclude.
Mr. Speaker, they have to tolerate on this matter. Yes, I said so. That is true. Mr. Speaker, that is true.
Members,
all the assembly members are MPP members.
If you don't have the floor, Minority Leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker. I thank you for the opportunity. Mr. Speaker, let me thank Honorable Kwabena Mintah for his intervention and putting the matter in the professional perspective. I don't just speak. That children's hospital, I wish you get the opportunity to visit. It was properly designed by a professional architect. Professionals are involved in the construction. It has all the department to make it a secondary referral facility. You need to see with your eyes. Don't worry. You need to, Honorable Agoja, who also doubles as an architect. I would want to have an hour ride with you to Winneba. Winneba is just 45 minutes drive from Accra. No. At least we'll get a dispatch. He has a dispatch rider. So we can take 45 minutes. Don't worry, you don't have a dispatch rider. It's okay. I have one. We will go with mine. Mr. Speaker, 45 minutes, you can go and see for yourself what is happening at Jane Jazi in Winneba. Mr. Speaker, I am not making a submission on the House floor out of ignorance. The professionals have indeed determined the capacity of the facility. It is not just a primary facility, it is a secondary facility. So, Mr. Speaker, I know what I am saying, that it is a 150-bed children's hospital, and it is coming from the professionals. So, Mr. Speaker, I think that clarification has to be emphasized so that he knows that indeed it is not just a district facility that I'm referring to. If it were to be a healthcare center, I would say that it's a healthcare center or a CHIPS. It is not. And it is not.
Honorable Minority Leader, he is raising a second part of the problem which poses danger to all of us. Probably you have the means. Maybe you are a deputy leader, you became a leader. Therefore, what you can do even most of the people at your back
Mr. Speaker,
may not be able
Mr.
to
Speaker,
do
with
it. When the
greatest-
public
Mr. Speaker, that is Mr. Speaker.
begin to measure us,
Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, Mr. Speaker, I keep saying that the precedents we are setting, let's be guided. He got up on a point of information. He said, and you granted him that special leave. As to an intervention by a member in his constituency, it is his bona fide. We know that as a fact. So it depends on your constituency and the things that you would want to do and the personal effort. We all know we come here as lawmakers, but our people don't see us as lawmakers. They see us as agents for development. So I do not think that it is right for him to now bring up the second matter. The issue he raised was that he's an architect. And as an architect, there is a certain essential qualification to designate a facility as a 150-bed facility or 60-bed facility. So he wanted to put that on.
Honourable Minority Leader,
Yes.
are we really agents for development?
I said our people see us as such. And practically that's the work we do. We pay school fees. We are required to build hospitals. We are required to aid
So
in the
our
construction
actions
of
and
roads.
statements should not confirm the fact that we are agents of development.
I'm saying
if
that
we are not.
we are seen as agents of development. Although our constitutional mandate is to enact laws, but we are seen as agents of development. Therefore, we take up that extra role. Mr. Speaker, when we are campaigning, do we even talk about lawmaking? When we are campaigning, we don't tell the people I'm going to make laws for you. We tell them that we'll bring development to you. That is what we tell the people. It's a fact.